Alright guys, welcome to the Wilberino. Welcome back if you're joining me again, and if this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. And today we're going to be playing a game that one of my viewers has been begging me to play for quite a while now. It's called Compound. Now Compound is still in like a demo sort of format. It's kind of looks like a project by a small indie developer. But it really reminds me of Wolfenstien 3D from back in the day, or the old Spear of Destiny, or any of those old sort of games. If you're familiar with those, you will probably dig this. And one of the cool things about it, I should mention, is that it is totally procedurally generated. So each time you jump into a map, it'll be a different layout. And then I think, as far as I understand, I've only played a little bit of this so far, but the idea is each playthrough, you kind of like play through, kill all the enemies, and then once you've killed all the enemies, it'll start a new level and step up the difficulty. So you basically just go until you can't go no more. So yeah, without further ado, I guess we're going to start on easy as pie. Looks like a good pie, actually. Oh, look at this, I have a cartoon hand I can poke stuff with. Excellent. Alright, so I got this little HUD down here. Gives me my my ammo and my health and whatever. Some pretty groovy tunes. It's also got a really awesome sort of retro wave art style to it that I enjoy. So, let's get to it. We're gonna shoot some stuff. So down here you can see a little map and a little arrow that represents me. So you know when you've explored the map completely. I love the environment. This arcadey sort of pixely look is actually very cool in VR. It's not something I would have really expected would be, but it is. Oh. So I have different guns and stuff. Got this little kind of machine gun here. And it starts off really simple, really easy, and as you play, like I said, it gets harder and harder. There's lots of cool art on the walls and stuff. Join the corpse, or be a corpse. Very clever. Whoa. Wow. Okay. So you reload, you stick the clip on, and then wait. Error. Yeah. Oh, radioactive, eh? Oh shit. Ah. You win. Ah. Alright. Well, let's see. Thank you for joining me on the Wilberino. Today we're playing Compound. Well, the demo for Compound. It's kind of like a new indie sort of project by... Geez, I should have made note of who makes this. But I did not. But you can find it on the Steam store. It's called Compound. It's just a demo at the moment. Full version of the game, I don't know when it plans to be out, but at some point, I would imagine there would be a lot more content. As far as I can tell, these are the only kind of like template level layouts that I've seen. But I haven't played it a whole lot yet, so I guess we'll see. I like how I can physically dodge stuff, which is pretty cool. Blink. Reload. doesn't appear to be any kind of quick turn or smooth move, or, you know, like, artificial turning. Which is no problem for me in room scale, but if you don't have a room scale setup, you might have a little bit of difficulty playing this game. It's one thing to note, I guess. But clearly you'll also require a VR headset, but I mean, that's kind of a given. Here, make sure my settings are set properly. Oh, it's a little hitch there. There we go. It should be better. Oh, this room is getting a little bit slow, which is kind of a little bit odd. Hello, Doggo. I was hoping you'd turn up. Well, I was like, okay, I'm finally playing Compound. I hope Doggo notices because he's been asking for this for a while. I really do enjoy it, man. It's a really fun game. Thanks for the suggestion, actually. I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's just the demo, but... Whoa! It is a lot of fun. Oh no! Whoa. Oh god. I don't want to die today. Alright. That was close. So yeah, if you just tuned in now, we're playing Compound. It's a procedurally generated shooter in VR that really does kind of have that Wolfenstien 3D sort of vibe. Still just a demo. Full version, I'm not sure when the full version is out, but if you wanted to check it out, this game is on Steam, so you can download it on there. Give her a go. As I noted before, you will need a full room scale setup. It doesn't really seem to have any kind of artificial turning or snap turn or anything like that. So as long as you got that, you should be good. And I mean, most people these days should have a full room scale setup. If you really don't, you're missing out on half the fun. VR is really only half the experience when you can't use your whole body, or you gotta constantly worry about facing forward or something like that. If you're an Oculus user, get that third sensor. It's 100% worth it. If you're a Vive user, then you're good out of the box. Oh, right in the face. No! I didn't see him. Yes, burgers are health. Gotta find and eat them burgers. Like a true Westerner. Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning in to the Wilber stream tonight. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I don't know how long I'll actually go tonight. I'm feeling kind of rough. Had a late night yesterday. Or early this morning, I should say, I guess. But we're gonna stay on here and play some Compound for at least an hour or so, I think. If not, maybe we can hop into something else. I'm actually really enjoying this game so far. I like the signs and stuff. Public executions every Tuesday. Bring friends and family. The BYOB event. Just so you know. They will not provide liquor for you. Bacteria everywhere. We appear to be in some sort of sewer, I guess. Well, how close can I get? Execution style. Oh! Oh, they're stuck together or something. That's weird. A stream type jump in. Call it what? Sorry? Jump in fun. Yeah, I was thinking about doing, maybe pick a day or something, and then on that day I'll try out, like, VR demos of new games, maybe? I like that idea. It's, keeps it fresh for me too, you know? I don't want to be playing the same thing every day, either, so... I, kind of fancy myself a bit of a variety streamer. Rather, because I know a lot of people, you know, they pick a game and they grind it, they stick to it, and I've never been that kind of person in my own time. So it's a little hard to do that with the stream, you know? In Brussels. All the way from Brussels. Whoa, 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 buddy. Yes. Maybe I shouldn't stand by these exploding barrels, probably. Be a bad idea. Yoink. Yoink, yoink. Oh yeah, give me that ammo. I love it. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. So what does the autocorrect? What if I press the button that removes the metal that gets rid of the ammo in my gun? Oh, so you can like reload a little bit early, that's what you're saying. Like if I have one bullet left. That's handy, that's good to know. So if I... Oh yeah, I see. A little bit of a waste there, but I wanted to try it out. These guys seem to be dropping plenty of ammo anyway, so we should be okay. Yeah, autocorrect. He's a bitch sometimes, agreed. So how you doing tonight anyway, doggo? Welcome back to the stream, by the way. And also, welcome anyone else who's watching right now as well. I appreciate you very much tuning into the Wilbur stream. Blind fire around the corner. Yoink! Give me that, give me that. Oh! Jeez. He snuck up out of nowhere. I like how the bodies pile up. That's very cool. Usually, you know, I'm used to games where everything just kind of like goes through itself on the ground. But it's actually piling. Pretty cool, pretty cool. See if I can... Wow, look at that.
There he is.
Definitely been that way.
There he is.
Boom! Boom! That's it? Just a room with a guy in it. Okay. I guess that's one of the things with procedural generation, is every now and then you get things that, like, dead ends and whatever. Although, it is good to note that this is just a demo, so it could change over time. You can pick up bodies? What? Holy shit, what? Okay, I did not know that. Just lay him across there. You can just throw him around, that's pretty... That's a lot of fun. Can you throw stuff at people? Like, could I use him as a meat shield? You know what I mean? Oh! It's a little glitchy when you grab thin parts like the arms and stuff. I will use him as a meat shield. Ugh. Let's try it. Hey, buddy. Hey. Yes, you absolutely can. That's awesome. So I guess that would be like a high-level strategy or something. Use the bodies as shields. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. I feel like the ceiling is getting higher or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Throw the robot stuff around it. Yeah, this is neat. It's different. I guess I want to go this way. It's very simple, but you know what? That's not a bad thing. Like in VR, the fact that you're right in it is one of the most entertaining things about it. So kind of trying out different low poly worlds and stuff like this is actually kind of interesting. That my brain doesn't seem to mind at all. It's still fully convinced. This way. There's gotta be a guy around the corner here, probably. No. Got him already? Ah, I see. This door. Aha! In the face. I haven't tried it. I Expect You to Die. That's one of the ones on my list, actually. I looked at, that's like the, it's like a spy kind of escape room sort of thing, right? A puzzle slash escape room sort of game, from what I understand. And I do enjoy those. They're a lot of fun. If I catch that one on sale, maybe. It's one of the few I haven't tried. For whatever reason, I was just distracted by mostly shooters. I enjoy shooters a lot. If you haven't noticed, by my elite shooter skills. Uh-oh. As soon as I talk myself up, though, I do badly. So maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. Dang, those things are loud. Oh no! Ooh. See? I shouldn't have said anything. I was doing good until I said something. So what was that, Luke 5 or something? Does it start over now or what? I guess I'm back to easy or... Yeah, I've messed around with hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, yeah. There was a free weekend or something, and I definitely tried that one out. It's got some really nice gun physics in it. I really enjoyed that one. I don't own it, but I have tried it. Oh, waste all my ammo. My chat's being a little wonky today. Give me a viewer list, but thank you for tuning in very much. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm wandering in circles, aren't I? this way. You winner! Ha ha ha! I could see this game getting really intense, like if you were to go on like 30 loops or something like that. Oh. I know Sorrento, yeah. Or Sorrento, or however you say that one. I know the game. That's one that I also haven't got around to actually purchasing. But I've heard it's a ton of fun. It's on my list. Next time that one goes on sale too, I'll definitely consider it. I think last time I almost bought it. I almost bought Sorrento, and then I realized I think it was In Death was on sale, and I really like bow and arrow stuff. There was some other game that was on sale, and it like I was two seconds away from buying Sorrento, and I was like, oh wait, I wanted to try this, so I did that. Because I basically know what I'm getting into with Sorrento. It's a badass ninja, cyber ninja game. I've watched one of my other streamer friends there play it quite a bit. Jewel Runner VR. Give him a little shout out. He's got an awesome channel. Check it out, Jules VR, I think is what it is. He's an awesome guy. Definitely drop by and give him a follow if you like VR stuff. Shout out. Okay, hiding behind stuff is a ton of fun. That's rad. I like that. One of my favorite things about VR is actually physically crouching around stuff, hiding behind things. Boom! Oh, 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 oh. Yoink. Yeah, this is the right way. Take that. You lousy... whatever you are. Oh. Corp thug, I guess. I think they're cops or something, right? They're security forces, let's call them that. Oh yeah, they're soldiers, I guess. So that's why we're all here, right? Families of soldiers who fail to meet their kill quotas will not receive vaccine. What kind of future is this? Oh. I don't know why they didn't do, bows and Payday would have been sweet. That's a good call. Payday 2 with, like, a hunting bow or something. I would never leave. Like, I would have so much fun with that. One that I had a ton of fun with was Raw Data. Raw Data's bow. They added a bow to that one after a lot of time there, and super fun. I should play that one more now that I've mentioned it. That would be a fun one. Bad robot. Don't do that. Really? That's a strong bot. Oh, I hear you. Give him the old finger wave. My hand's not quite centered, which is a little weird. Yeah, me too, dude. I hear you there. A multiplayer, like, VR survival game? You mean like just literally, like, in the woods, build a shelter, have fire so you don't freeze, gotta get food and stuff like that? I would really enjoy that. Like a legit outdoor survival game. The closest thing to, like, survival, I guess, it's not really survival, but Minecraft in VR is a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one, dropping into a world and then having to build a house before the zombies come out at night. Oh. Shoot like a gangster. Oh. All right. Yes. Subnautica itself. Subnautica is in VR, and it's a blast. But you mean like something like Subnautica, but not underwater? Or... I think the underwaterness in Subnautica, like that's one of the coolest things I've experienced in VR, is like being that far underwater and looking up at the surface. Really, really a memorable moment. Also the feeling you get when you look just into the big open blue ocean that's just almost like gut turning. Boosh. Reload. Oh, they're everywhere. Killbot. What am I? What am I? Why am I doing this? I wonder. There's no real plot in the demo yet. I don't think. I've had enough of these soldier guys pushing me around. Maybe time to revolt. It's kind of what seems like is going on. That's my guess, anyway. Give me that ammo. I want it. I want it in my gun. Get it in my gun. Game over, man. Not too bad. I'll see you later, doggo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm happy you got to see a little bit of Compound on the stream. Thank you for suggesting it. It was a pretty cool game. And you have a good night, eh? Hope I can pause. Here. Just dealing with my phone here, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Get back into the action here. Oh, man, stop going off. I'm gonna have to just turn it off. There we go. Alright. Oh, hey, buddy. Look at that long-range shot there. Ooh, yeah. Hey, buddy. There we go, that was a good one. Easy peasy. Hey Riley, what's up? Thanks for tuning into the stream. We're playing a kind of neat game today. This is Compound. It's a demo. It's a demo of Compound, actually. The real game's not out yet, but it's kind of like a Wolfenstein 3D clone. The idea was to bring an old school kind of retro shooter into VR, and he's doing a great job. This is really, it feels fantastic. Whoa, and it's got a really cool kind of look to it. Yeah, it's different for sure. I've never played this one on the stream before. It's procedurally generated, so each time we play it, the levels are different. The enemies are the same, but the level layout changes, and as you kind of go through and finish levels, it gets harder and harder and harder until you die. Oh my god. Yes, they dropped a bunch of health for me. Look at that. Oh, just give me them burgers. Oh yeah, like a true piggy. Families of soldiers who fail to meet kill quotas will not receive vaccine. So, like, I don't know what's going on in this future, but there seems to be a lot of mandatory vaccine stuff going on. We are in a sewer, so maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, you were saying you got unlimited data. Unlimited data is like a must these days, in my opinion. No matter what I did, I ended up using like well over a terabyte a month, so especially being a streamer. Uh-oh, I'm supposed to go this way. Yeah, so I got this little map down here, little arrow representation of me, and I can kind of navigate around the map. I'm hoping the full version of the game has, you know, more tile sets and more enemies and stuff like that. I'm fairly certain it will. This is just a proof of concept demo. See if people are into it. And you know what? I think I'm into it. This is actually a lot of fun. It feels very retro arcadey sort of, and that's not a bad thing at all. Oh, hey, buddy. If I can shoot around the corner. Didn't even have to look at him. Oh, haha, whoa. Yoink. Give me that ammo, get in my gun. I love physically shooting around corners and stuff in VR. It's the best. Makes me feel like I'm actually in a shootout or something. Oh, hey, buddy. What's up? Thank you, everybody, for joining the Wilbur stream tonight. I really appreciate it. We're playing Compound. It's like a, I don't know, it reminds me of Wolfenstein 3D, to be honest. It really does. Maybe a few less Nazis, but, you know, who knows? Maybe these guys are Nazis. Who knows? They don't have any, like, branding or anything that I can tell. Ooh. I'm gonna pretend there are. Oh no! Okay. Alright. They came from everywhere there. Here we go again. This is the one that Doggo recommended, yeah, and he did pop into the stream earlier. He came and said hi and asked me how I enjoyed the game and watched me play for a little bit, but yeah, this is Compound. He suggested I play this one on the stream, so that's what we're doing tonight. At least for a little while, anyway. I don't know how long the stream will be up tonight. I do really appreciate everyone tuning in. I thought we'd just play a little bit of this, and then, I'm feeling pretty tired. I was up really late last night, way too late, and then I had to work today. So I'm kind of pooped, to be honest. But I really did want to get something up on the stream for you guys. I try my best to stream daily. Because of my job, I sometimes can't make that happen, and it's not always at the same time. But if you keep an eye on my channel, it's almost always playing reruns of stuff that I've done previously, so you can always catch me on the Wilbur stream here, whether I'm actually online or not. You can also check out some pretty awesome gameplay clips on Instagram under Wilberstein, just my screen name there. Not the Wilbur stream, just Wilberstein on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But you know what? On Facebook, it's the Wilbur stream. Same thing as the stream name channel. Channel name. I think I'm making sense. Anyway, like I said, you can find gameplay clips there. I kind of like notch out my favorite moments and upload them. It's a lot of fun. Kinda. I guess, you know, the Wilbur stream is on YouTube as well, so we got pretty much all the social media covered. You're coming down in 2 weeks? Man, that'd be cool. You gotta come hang out. I'll stick you in the PlayStation VR or something. I would stick you in the Rift, but I work out so much in this thing that I just forgot I don't like sticking it on anybody. It probably smells very much like me, and that's kind of nasty. I try and keep the thing as clean as I can. I mean, I don't notice it, but I am willing to bet if I stuck it on somebody else, they'd notice right away. The PlayStation, no. PlayStation VR is like, it's got a rubber interface, for, you know, and it's you can wipe it down, and it's a lot more shareable than a Rift is. Rifts kind of become like a piece of clothing, like a well-worn hat, I would say. Just like you wouldn't want to take someone else's ball cap and wear it. I would say Rifts kind of end up that same way. Although, they do have detachable face plates, so I try to keep at least one faceplate around for people if they do really want to try it. Well, I got lots of... Yeah. Stinky headset for sure. Just because I play box VR and Sprint Vector and like all that good stuff, and I really do work up a sweat.
There it is.
But yeah, this is a simple game. It's deviously simple. Deviously, not deviously. Sure. I'm slurring my speech. Not tonight. That was last night. Part of the reason I was up so late. Yeah, man, Sprint Vector is awesome. If you really want to dare to put in the Rift on your face, like I said, I do have separate face plates that I can snap out, so at least the actual foam that touches your face will be clean. But I gotta say, I kind of like started talking about it earlier, but that is one of the things I like about PlayStation VR, is that they have a, I don't know, I guess a more hygienic facial interface, because it's made of rubber. You can just wipe it down and it's good to go for the next person, so that one's really easy to share. There we go. You winner! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, I got Sprint Vector. I also have Resident Evil 7 in VR on the PlayStation, which is pretty awesome. What other ones do I have? Skyrim VR on both PC and PlayStation. Oh. And The Inpatient, which is one that my wife really likes. Kind of lets you experience what it would be like to be a patient in a mental hospital in VR. And they're like, I don't know, you got a roommate that's like just as crazy, and they do all sorts of weird experiments on you, like thought memory, like hypnotization things, so you kind of jump through different memories, and it's pretty crazy. It's a multiple choice sort of adventure where like how you answer a question with one person affects what happens in the game next. So if you were to say something different to them, you get a different path. So there's multiple pathways through the game for replayability kind of thing. That's The Inpatient on PlayStation VR. Right now we're playing Compound on Steam VR. Ooh, hamburger. Nom 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 nom. Oh. Public executions every Tuesday. Bring friends and family. BYOB. There should be more posters. Those are pretty much all over the place. I hear a robot somewhere. It's behind this door, I guess. Why would I play a VR game about a mental hospital? This is supposed to be virtual reality, not reality. the little flip thing off. Oh, right in the face. Caught that one. You know, if you were to play this, would you like... Oh, Riley, yes you are crazy. Crazy man! I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like this constant trickling water noise in the background, and it's kind of making me want to pee. Man, those are loud. Wow. Oh, that's a lot of bullets. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh yeah, here's the thing I haven't showed you yet. You can do this and use them as meat shields. Ah. Oh god, what is... They are messing around. That one legit spooked me. I thought I killed him and he came around the corner. Whew. Oh man. But yeah, you can pick these... Whoa, this guy's shaking a lot. It's a little finicky. It's still a demo, like I said. But yeah, you can totally pick them up and meat shield yourself. Or like, the bodies also pile. Instead of just going through each other on the ground. You can make a big pile of them. Because, you know, I don't know. Pointless realism in a game that does not look realistic, but... Pile of corpses. I like it. I'm pretty sure this is a project it's just like one guy is building in his basement, and so far so good. I like it. Just about blew myself up there, I think. What the heck happened down there? I guess we're about to go find out. Stop! Blah. Blarg! Oh, nothing. Alright. The bloody wall. It's a really weird atmosphere in this game. Like it's still, like I said, it feels really good. My brain is like, yeah, I'm somewhere. Even though all the walls are all kind of like pixely paint.
There he is.
Oh, whoa, hey buddy. Uh-oh. See? That's cool. He just kind of like fell backwards onto that. And blind fire. And like the gun smoke, I never really realized that. That's pretty cool too. It's got a really neat visual style. It's different than anything I've played in VR so far. Oh. And procedural generation is cool because like I'm not memorizing the level layout and stuff. It's just every time I pop into it, different turns. I don't know where the enemies will be. That kind of thing is important, I think. I still love that. That's funny. Oh, I knocked him off. Ha! Ah. There. Oh. Yeah, so fun with physics. Where am I supposed to go here? Oh. So I can go down this hallway. No. No, there actually isn't nothing. Nothing that way. I guess we go this way now. You can give him a good throw too, I guess. I was kind of throwing him earlier, but I didn't realize I could throw him that far. Ugh. Take that. That's no good. Joker, yes, Joker. Welcome to the channel. I'm using an Oculus Rift. What are your opinions compared to Vive? I've personally never tried a Vive myself, so I don't know. I think they're both great HMDs, man. I think they're both great choices for VR. They're the two high-end headsets for the PC right now. Yeah, I personally I like the controllers for the Oculus Rift a little better than the where's my camera? A little better than the Vive wands, but I mean it's a matter of personal preference, I think. The touch controllers just, they fit in my hands nicely, and I prefer joysticks to trackpads. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you, that's pretty much the only difference between Oculus Rift and Vive right now is the controllers. So, some would say tracking, but I think those times are behind us. As long as you have a 360 setup, you know, you do need one more sensor, I guess, with an Oculus Rift. But as I said, both fine HMDs. I guess the Rift is a little bit more affordable. That's a bonus, I suppose. But I'd imagine given some time, that'll... Oops, gun in my face. Could change. I could see the Vive coming down in price pretty soon. They have a Vive Pro now, so... I'd imagine the original one's going to come down at some point. There's one last guy here somewhere. Oh, that... I kept... This little door, I kept missing it. This way. Yeah. What are these crates or anything? No. Oh, hey. Thank you so much for the follow, Joker. Really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the Wilbur stream. If this is your Yeah, this must be your first time here, hey? Welcome to the channel. Today we're playing a little Compound. This is a demo, new demo on Steam VR, called Compound. It really reminds me of Wolfenstien 3D-ish, you know, in VR. It's pretty cool. Oh. Oh, oh. And maybe with more robots and less Nazis. Although I have not established that these guys are not Nazis yet, because there is like a, what is it, see public executions every Tuesday? Bring your friends and family? So that's kind of like, I don't know, seems like a kind of Nazi thing to do, doesn't it? But yeah, the only two, well, I guess I've tried 3 virtual reality headsets. If you want to include the cheap little Gear VR that you stick your cell phone in the front as a real HMD, I guess. I mean, that's what I started on. I tried out the Gear VR about 3 years ago with a phone in the front, and I was hooked ever since. I then went straight out pretty much after that and purchased an Oculus Rift. Got that all set up. I loved the hell out of it. And then my wife was like, hey, I want an HMD because your Rift is gross and I don't want to stick it on my head because you sweat in it all the time. So we picked up a PlayStation VR as well. And we can actually play some games together in VR. Some of them are cross-play between PC and PlayStation, so that's pretty cool. So I've used a PlayStation VR headset as well, and between the PlayStation VR and the Oculus Rift, I gotta say the Oculus Rift wins. PlayStation VR is pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but there's a little bit of lens distortion, and the tracking is not nearly as good. I think it's because they chose to use the visible light spectrum as their tracking, and like with the little colored balls on the end of the controllers, and so if you have sunlight coming in your window, it messes up your tracking, which is something that I did not really think about before, because Rift uses IR LEDs and the Vive uses lasers, right? So like low profile laser scanner thing in the cube for the Vive, so they both have solid tracking. Some would argue the Vive is a little bit better tracking than the Rift. I don't know, that could be true. Like I said, I haven't used one, but I don't have any problems with my tracking on the Rift. I got my whole room covered here with 3 sensors. I don't even need a 4th sensor. I can even wander into this corner over here without a sensor. And there's just enough coverage from that guy up there and this guy over here that it can still see me. So, we're golden. I am. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, that was bad. Bad move, bad move. Jeez, just about got myself killed there. I thought I heard someone coming. There's another guy coming. It's down here. Wait. Gotta love 3D audio, eh? Yeah, he's around this way. Let's throw somebody at him. Take that! Oh, that was a terrible throw. Meet you! Oh. Bam! You know what? You're sort of right. Are your glasses big framed? Because for the first year, I wore, I started wearing contacts now because it's just that much better. But you know what? My glasses did fit in the Rift when I bought it. There was just enough room. But if you have big, you know, those big black frames, those will not fit in a Rift. You have to have kind of like the skinnier, sort of thin, square, you know, frames, if I'm making sense. If you have thin sort of John Lennon glasses, they will fit in the Rift. But if you have the big black framed hipster glasses, they will not. So, but you know what? The best thing I ever did for my VR experience was just break down and get contacts. So now I went and I ordered a thin VR cover faceplate, like a thin faceplate from vrcover.com. And it's about half the thickness as the foam that came with the Rift, so it allows me to get my eyeballs just that much closer to the lenses, and it widens out my field of view quite a bit. And with this thin faceplate on, there's no way glasses would fit inside. Absolutely not. But with the default setup, it'll work. And you know what? If it also depends on how bad your vision is. You know, if you just have slight farsightedness or, you know, slight nearsightedness, the lenses sit really close to your eyeballs, so you might be able to get away with just not wearing the glasses. I am unfortunately blind as a bat, so like I can't see 2 inches in front of my face without lenses. So. I had to either get contacts or. But yeah, I really like my Rift. Another, I guess, advantage. I don't know. This is kind of moot concept, but a Rift can just log into any of the VR stores it want, like, because Steam VR is built as an open platform. Oculus did decide to lock down Oculus Home, so Vive can't get in, but all you have to do is install a little hack called Revive, and that solves that. So, I mean, that's another thing. It's a minor thing, like I said. It's kind of a non-issue these days since Revive came out. It really... anyone can play anything they want if they really want to play it. But yeah, Rift works quite well in Steam VR. I'm playing inside of Steam VR right now. I'm not even running the Oculus software, I'm just running Steam VR. I can use either at my leisure. Heck, I can even, yeah, right? If you're just slightly farsighted, because, yeah, you might be able to get away with just not wearing the glasses inside of the headset. So... like, no guarantee, but because the lenses sit so close to your eyeballs, it may not even be an issue. It's nearsightedness that is a real, kind of the real issue, because then you can't even see. Like, when you have nearsightedness as bad as I do anyway, it's actually the distance between the lens in my eye back here and the panel, the LCD panel or whatever, is actually in the front of the headset, is too far for me to see it. That's how blind I am. But yeah, contacts are definitely a godsend. I slap those on, and then, like I said, the thin VR cover, and my field of view is really wide. Actually, I have a little bit of black out on the edge, but other than that, I'm totally like ported right into VR right now. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I would say, if you're already leaning toward the Rift, just go for it, man. I don't think you will regret the purchase at all. It's a little tricky. Wow. Look at all you guys. Oh, that robot is pushing that guy forward. Oh. Those robots don't care, they just come right around. I got full ammo. Cling. Oh, rats. Oh yes, yes, the ones on the Rift are detachable. This game is sick, Assassin. Assassin. Thank you for tuning in to the Wilbur stream. All of you, thank you for tuning in to the Wilbur stream. Really appreciate it. And yeah, this game is totally free. This is just the demo. The full game, I don't believe, is out yet. I haven't double-checked that. But it's a free demo for a game called Compound on Steam VR. And Compound, this game reminds me a lot of Wolfenstein 3D. Like a lot. And, Joker. I ran past your question a little fast there. Yes, absolutely, the Rift headphones are detachable. I'm using my own headphones because I like these things. And you know, I've had my Rift for like 2 years, and the right headphones started to kind of, when I extended the arm piece, kind of pop in and out a little bit, the sound. So I just took them off, and I'm using my Razer Man of War instead. Because the Rift headphones are great. Don't get me wrong, they sound really good actually for being just attached headphones. I was expecting them to be cheap and kind of tinny sounding, but no, they sound really great. There's actually a fair bit of bass to them. They're not as good as you know, as the Razer, but still really good. I think the fact that the Rift just comes with built-in headphones is great for like beginners. People are just jumping into VR and they want an all-in-one unit and they don't really want to mess around, like they're not too computer savvy, I guess I could say. Because one of the advantages to Oculus is you just put on the headset and the store software pops up, everything turns on your computer, you don't have to launch anything first. When you're using Steam VR, you kind of have to launch Steam VR and then click on a couple things and then put the headset on and etc., etc. So it's not as streamlined. I think it might turn on automatically if you have a Vive, but it doesn't for me. Hey, thanks for the host, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome, Assassin viewers, to the Wilbur stream. Today we're playing Compound. It's a procedurally generated VR shooter that reminds me a lot of the old kind of Wolfenstein 3D, Spirit Destiny, or I guess maybe even the original Doom, I suppose. You know, those old games. That kind of feel to it. And like I said, it's procedurally generated, so each round here, when I kill all the enemies, it'll spawn me into a new level. And each time I do that, it will also increase the difficulty. So it gets harder and harder until you die, and then it starts over. And boom! Those Those things are loud when I pop them. Oh, I can hear a guy coming. Ah. Multiplayer would be insane. I agree. This is just early sort of proof of concept demo. I think it's just like a small indie developer, like one dude. I could be wrong about that, but it's a small team, in the very least, or at the very most, I guess. Ow. Thought I heard something behind me. Remember, profit before safety. Yoink. Alright guys, if this is your first time to the Wilbur stream, we do VR stuff here. Lots of it. If I try to stream every day, because of my work, sometimes I can't stream at the same time every day. And occasionally I'll miss a day, but you know what? If you tune into my channel, there will always be VR action on it, because what I do is I run reruns of my previous streams anytime that I'm not online. So you can always catch me playing VR on the Wilbur stream. Whether or not I'm live at the time kind of depends on the time of day. So yeah. And in the event that my reruns are not playing, I am definitely hosting other VR streamers, so like I said, lots of VR on this channel. There is the odd time that I'll play a affectionately termed pancake game on my channel. I really do enjoy Sea of Thieves, so occasionally you might pop in and I might be being a pirate. But that's okay, because that game's a lot of fun. Deep down, like at heart, I'm a gamer. So if a good game comes out that doesn't support VR, I'm still gonna play it. I can't not play it. But I would say the channel is like 90% VR. Quiet until they get right around the corner. Join the Corps, or be a corpse. So, it's an O, not an A, but whatever. I ain't picky. There's lots of must-play games, actually. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you get a Rift, you gotta check out Echo Arena / Lone Echo. That Lone Echo is one of the, I can't say like best VR game I've ever played, but it's an amazing playthrough simply because of the storyline and the plot. It really makes you feel like you're inside of a movie and you're playing as one of the characters in the film. Yes, Sprint Vector. That's right. You gotta check out Sprint Vector. There's a lot of the gameplay from that game on my channel, so just check it out. Another one you gotta try out is Skyrim VR. Go onto Steam and get Skyrim VR. It is one of the most amazing VR experiences I have ever had, to be honest with you. And it has just beautiful Rift support. It fully supports Rift. Bethesda seems to have gotten over their boycotting of the Rift. Fallout 4 does not have real great Rift optimization, but you can install mods and stuff to make it work good. But right out of the box, Fallout 4 doesn't work too great on a Rift. But Skyrim, however, like I said, Skyrim VR definitely on your list. What have I said so far? Skyrim VR, Sprint Vector, Lone Echo, Echo Arena. Echo Arena is the free multiplayer version of Lone Echo. So you could try Echo Arena first, and then if you like that, definitely get the single player. What else? Payday 2. If you have that game, you can play Payday 2 in VR. It's a lot of fun. I do that on my stream quite often as well with my friends here. And, box, if you like fitness stuff, Sprint Vector is definitely a fitness game, but it's fun at the same time. But Box VR is like a boxing. You punch music, beats fly at you at a certain rate, and then you got to punch them with your right and left hands. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great workout, and it almost feels like you're like dancing to music more than boxing. But that's not a bad thing. It's a really good rhythm game. And Onward. You gotta try Onward and Pavlov VR if you like shooters. Killzone Incursion is a great zombie shooter. Onward and Pavlov are both kind of like military shooters. This is like, well, you're looking at it, so I like to compare it to Wolfenstein 3D, but whatever. Oops, So yeah, there's don't listen to any, like, there seems to be this common misconception right now that there's no really good games to pull people into VR and to play in VR right now, and don't listen to any of those people because they're wrong. That's a completely false statement. If you can't find anything that you enjoy playing in VR, I think that's your problem, not the that's just my opinion. I think it has more to do with the person than it does the actual games that are on the market right now, because there's some fantastic games available in VR at the moment. And you know what? Hang on, let me kill these guys. Oh. And you say I've, like, sold you on the Rift? Yes. You know what? And I can't wait for you to jump into the world of VR. It makes me really happy to see more people jumping in. My nephew just got a headset the other day, so, like, I was really happy for him. He had the biggest smile on his face. So, like, it's happening. I really think we're finally getting to the point after a couple years of VR now that people are thinking, you know, like, hey, I'm going to jump on board because it's obviously here to stay. I think for the first couple years people were a little bit nervous that it would just kind of rise up and then disappear, be a little bit of a fad or something. But, a lot of guys here. If that is anything but the case, I am a really firm believer that this technology is the future. This is we're finally to a point where we're not playing games on a, well, I guess technically it is a screen inside of the headset, but we're not sitting down looking at the game through a window, you know what I mean? Like, when you play on a monitor, it's like you're looking through a window into the world. VR, you are inside of the world. It puts you in the game, and that is, like, to me, that was the logical next step, right? Like, I was sitting around, I have this really awesome gaming PC, and I was like, you know, these graphics are great. I mean, it's not quite 4K, I don't have a 4K monitor, but you know, I was like, these graphics are great, but how could we take it to the next level? And enter Oculus Rift and VR HMDs. It's the next level. Oh, Riley, you flatter me. Thank you, sir. Okay, the reason why I try to be fair and non-biased is because I hate, well, okay, let's see, let's phrase this properly, not blow my record here, but I don't think people squabbling over which HMD, like which headset is better, is a healthy thing for VR. I really don't think so. I think that if we get into, like, people who get into VR, we should treat each other as family because we're into VR. We both love the same thing, right? Whether you're a Vive user, whether you're a Rift user, whether you just have a PlayStation VR, or heck, even if you're using the Windows HMDs, because Windows has a bunch of cool headsets now, and they can play a lot of great games in VR as well. So I don't think there's any merit in squabbling and fighting and, you know, putting your foot down and saying this is the best headset out, anything else is crap, etc. Because I see that online a lot, and it really just, it's discouraging. I think to people who want to get into it. It really comes down to preference, like I said. Vive is great. If you like trackpads, some people actually really like trackpads better than joysticks. I'm not one of those people, but I've heard that argument lots. And, I mean, and if you're a die-hard Steam user, you know, then maybe a Vive's for you. I mean, it depends on so many factors, you know? I can't really honestly say any headset is better or worse than each other. They're just different. They're all slightly different. Oh. I also love how I can hide and duck behind things and like run around my whole room. I can just, oh, hey, I can't physically walk through that, but I can over here, you know. My camera doesn't really catch me, but I can just wander around and burger time. Yeah, like they're all better than each other in different ways, like I said, you know. Vive does have, some would argue, just easier to set up tracking because you just put a cube in each corner and done. That's it. The Oculus Rift, sometimes if your room is too big and you can't get two in opposite corners, then you'll have to buy a third sensor to put it up on the roof behind you or something like that to get full room scale. That's what I've done. Like, my two sensors are, I have one here and one here. They're both facing me from the front, and then I have one up here in the corner that's kind of just overlooking my whole room, right? So it gets out all the back, behind my back motions and when I turn around and all that. Whereas I think if I had a Vive, I would just have one up there and one back there, and that would be done. Okay, I'm getting distracted and rambly. So I'm gonna actually find, should be enemies this way, I think. Yeah. Last guy. I'm pretty sure I just took that ammo and like put it in my mouth because I thought it was a burger. But it went onto my belt anyway, so that's okay. roll.
Stop. Serious.
Ba-boom. Well, thank you so much for tuning into the Wilbur stream today, guys. I was just planning on doing a short little stream, you know, because like I said, I try and stream a little bit every day on this channel. If you miss me live, I can, you're not totally out of luck if you miss me live, because I'm always running reruns on the channel. So anything that I've done previously over the last 2 weeks is always running as a rerun. So if you show up to the channel when I'm not live, never fear. There's always VR action on the Wilbur stream. Oh no. Man, why? Every now and then they just like storm me from like every room. Haven't even gone in there yet. How do you know I'm here? Jeez. That was close. You can also follow the Wilbur stream on Facebook. Just look up the Wilbur stream. And I have a Facebook page there too, where I kind of put clips of my gameplay up. And I'll sort of announce my streams as they go live. And you can also, I mostly announce actually on Twitter. So if you follow Wilberstein on Twitter, you can see a little announcement when I go live. Or just follow me right here on Twitch. Click that little notifications button, and when I go live, you'll just get a notification on your phone or whatever. That's pretty cool. I'm also on Instagram, Wilberstein on Instagram, and that's also, Instagram is full of VR clips from various games of me playing and having fun, enjoying myself, funny moments, epic moments, memorable moments, you know, that kind of thing. Kind of like aim down the sight even. Doesn't work very well. It's just not a very accurate gun, I don't think. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I want to drop a link for you in the chat here. Maybe I can't, but look up the Cat VR, the Cat VR Mini. It's probably the best omnidirectional treadmill that I've ever seen for VR. It is something that you kind of have to strap yourself into, but once you're strapped in, you just could run on the spot on this little. Man, it's like a trackpad. It's almost like the Vive trackpad, but for your feet. And then you run on it, and you wear these kind of slippery shoes, I guess. And you just run on the spot. You can turn and do all your real life movements, and it supports any game that has free move. It's just a pre-order thing right now, and it costs a fortune. But I was surprised how far that technology has actually come as well. I just saw Ready Player One. It was a week ago or something, and that movie is incredible. I really enjoyed it. I've read the book as well. Well, I say read the book, like I actually listened to the audiobook in my spare time. I have Ready Player One audiobook as narrated by Will Wheaton, so it's pretty epic actually. It's like the nerdiest thing ever. But yeah. Right? A VR trip, I can't even imagine having that kind of freedom in VR. You know, like being able to physically run through the levels and stuff would feel amazing. And not only that, I mean, talk about a workout. I think I'm getting a good workout in Sprint Vector now. Can you imagine a game like Sprint Vector where you actually had to run? Like race your opponents? That would be completely just nuts. Or like, that was a good headshot there. Or like a game like Onward. Could you imagine playing Onward with an omnidirectional treadmill? See if I can shoot the barrel through his legs. Yeah! Yeah. But you know what? You know what, Riley? If you were to get into that, your ass might not be fat anymore. That's the advantage. Like, be having so much fun, you just melt those pounds off. And speaking of melting the pounds off, this is a very real added benefit to having VR. In the 2 years that I've been gaming upright and active like this, I've lost 30 pounds. No joke, 30 pounds gone just by being up and active and not sitting in a chair while I'm gaming. And you know what? I feel better. There's no doubt my health has had a benefit from VR. And I did all of that, oh god, without having to go to a gym or do any kind of, like, the whole time I've just been having fun in VR and getting healthier at the same time. And it promotes better posture. I'm not sitting hunched over at a chair anymore. Well, I do sometimes, not gonna lie. Like when I'm playing Sea of Thieves, I'm definitely still sitting in a chair. But moobs. Moobs is still a funny term. I laugh every time I see that. Just about killed me. Oh, that's my desk. Oh! Rats. It's my lousy desk. Getting in the way. Run, fat boy, run! Alright, I guess we're back to square one. These guys aren't even paying attention. Oh! That guy was. Spoke too soon. I also love, just absolutely love how in VR I can just like lean and dodge bullets and stuff. It makes me feel like a complete badass. Oh, you were talking about VR games that you must play. Yes, after every death it resets my difficulty, so I start back at level 1 on difficulty 1, and then as I play and kill all the enemies in each round, it will step up the difficulty. So yeah, back to square one every time you die. And then the longer you stay alive, the more challenging it gets. Oh yeah, I was gonna say before I saw your question there, Super Hot VR. Super Hot is an amazing experience. If you've played the original desktop version, don't go in expecting it to be like that. It's not quite like that. But it sets up these sequences where it's like acting out an action movie scene, basically. And it's a VR game inside of VR. It's weird. It's really cool. Look it up. Super Hot VR. That's one I should actually put some footage of on the channel again, because I really enjoy that one. Lots of fun. It's got this weird visual style. Not like this, but this game also has a weird visual style for sure. Oh, that's weird. It's like a laser pistol. Oh yeah, that's the cooling. Do that to let it cool off. It's kind of neat. Let's see how close I can get. Hey you! Oh, you can't poke them. Had to see what his visual field was. Oh! I had to unwrap my cable. Yeah, it's super hot as nuts in VR. Yeah, it's you don't run around a whole level like you do in the desktop version. It kind of sets you up with specific scenes, and then you can move within your physical room. So it's designed to have you jumping around physically to move. There's no artificial locomotion like this when I move my joystick. You actually have to walk. So it is one that you would want a larger play area to be like good at. At least a couple meters squared to have some fun. But sometimes those are the best games. They're definitely. It feels really good in VR to do that. Public executions every Tuesday. I love that. Oh, VR chat. If you get a headset, absolutely log into VR chat. You're going to have quite the experience. It sounds like, I don't know, most people are familiar now with VR chat, I think. It kind of exploded in popularity recently. Thanks to that Uganda meme. Ugandan knuckles. He's coming around this way. That's weird, I can hear him. Yeah. Yeah. But thankfully, I think everyone knows the way now. So we don't have to ask that question anymore. We gotta go down that way. This way. Assassin, I don't know if you're still here, but I was watching you play Pavlov the other day, and man, there's a lot of custom levels now, eh? Like, holy! Back when I played that game, there was I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 really good custom levels, and then the rest we just played the actual standard maps. But I was watching you on there playing the old Dune levels, and like on a chessboard, and in a pool, and like all this weird stuff. Very cool. I really do have to boot that game up again. I heard you guys coming up behind me. Think you can be sneaky like that, but not with Wilberstein. He gonna catch on to you. He gonna catch on to you and take you out. Oh, oh. And yes, I did just 100% refer to myself in the third person. Fastest draw in the West. Whoa. Oh. Oh, there's also a really fun game that comes with the Oculus Rift. It's called Dead and Buried. It's like a Western shooter, and when I first got my Rift, I spent a lot of time in that one. It was like, it's a blast. No pun intended. Yeah. Oh, and From Other Suns is a neat one if you're familiar with games like FTL. It's like a space exploration thing. Yeah, well, I would agree that would be bad if you start hearing voices that are not in the third person. Uh-oh. Oh, really? Oh, I need that burger though. Oh. Rats. Oh. Apparently you can teleport around if you want to. Like if you prefer teleport, some people actually do prefer teleport. Because, I don't know why. Motion sickness, I guess. I hate it personally. Like, I am not a big fan of teleport. I'll use it if the game forces me to. But if there's an option for free move, I'm turning that on. I don't experience any motion sickness in VR. I never have. I've yet to find something. It's kind of like FTL. It's a game called From Other Suns. And it puts you on your own ship in 3D like this. You can walk around in it. and then you jump from star to star and complete different activities by like boarding onto other ships or boarding stations and then having gun battles. And then you collect loot and store that on your ship. You can upgrade your ship as you go, and the whole point is to get to Earth before the aliens get to Earth, because if the aliens get there first, they will blow it up. It's pretty fun. It's a cool game. And it reminds me of FTL. It's the only thing, it's not played in the overhead perspective like that, but managing the ship and jumping from star to star and the different activities that is involved really reminded me of FTL. So that's one that a lot of people are really into. It's a very popular game. I haven't played it in a while now, but I was really into it for a while. It's this door. Guy's just standing there shooting the wall. That's okay. Why is he shooting the wall and not me? You winner! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. But yeah, it'd be neat to see how this game turns out, like how the full version turns out. Taking too many hits. Way too many hits. Way too many. Make sure you don't fail to meet your kill quotas. They won't give you any vaccine. I'm not sure what we're all being vaccinated against. Some kind of toxic poo disease, maybe. It seems like we're in a sewer almost. This way. This way. Yes, I played the Rick and Morty game. That is a must in VR too. You got, like, if you like Rick and Morty, you gotta run through that at least once. It's pretty short, unfortunately, but it kind of gives you a sandbox mode after that you can play around in and do whatever you want. Just hang out in Rick's garage and play with things, which is pretty cool. The overall game only takes about like an hour to finish, I guess, the storyline. But once you finish the storyline, like I said, it unlocks sandbox mode in Rick's garage, and that is actually fun to just drop into and just hang out in. I'm a big fan of the animated series, so the game was definitely a treat. Yes. Oh, I can hear a ton of robots already. Oh no. Oh man, See, okay, this game can't be bad because I do not feel like I've been in it 2 hours. Also, it helps when you guys show up and chit-chat. I really do appreciate it. Kind of helps. Definitely makes the stream more enjoyable for everybody. Not that I don't love my lurkers. I love you, lurkers. I really appreciate you guys tuning in too. I don't expect everyone to talk, but I really do love it when people chat. It's a lot of fun. I like talking to people about VR. Like that's why I started this channel, because I love VR and I want to share that love with the world. And there's also a really great VR community kind of building on Twitch here. So lots of fun folks. I enjoy popping into all the different VR streams and saying hello and checking out how, you know, how much fun people are having with different games. And it's a good time. Good time had by all. Oh. Ouch. Yes. Let's see how far we can get. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. This is just a demo. The full version of the game, it'll be interesting to see what he pumps into it, because dual wielding, 100%, love that idea. That would be great. Like two pistols, pew pew pew, shooting guys in different directions. Feels really cool in VR. Yeah, maybe a shotgun or like maybe a rifle. I would like, you know, like an assault rifle that I can hold like this. That'd be great. Boom. I never really thought about using teleport to get it out of the way, but I guess I could. Seems kind of cheap. That gangsta. Wait. man. My plan was to go until I die one more time, and then I think I'm gonna call it for this stream. Hey, Ratty, welcome back. Just because I want to grab something to eat, and like I said, I wasn't even planning on doing this long of a stream tonight, but you know, you guys showed up and things changed, I guess, so I appreciate it. But like I said, once I go, like if I'm not live, that doesn't mean there's no Wilbur stream. That just means I'll be playing reruns from my previous streams. So what I'll do after I end this stream is I will throw up some replays of Sprint Vector and stuff like that. So feel free to stick around and check that stuff out. And like I said, I try to go live once a day. The time of day may change a little bit because of my job. But I try to add more content to the channel once a day. So even if you do miss me while I'm live, you can always tune in for the reruns, or just hit the little videos tab, and you can look through all my previous streams from the last like 2 weeks or so, I think. But like I said, I'm not going anywhere until I lose. Hear that other robot somewhere. Oh no! Oh, wait. Forgot to pop the thing off of my bullets. Nom nom nom. No problemo. Oh, last room. Might be able to clear this one too. Oh. Yes. This really is bringing me back to like the old Wolfenstein days, no joke. Like just how the door slides open and there's a bunch of enemies just standing there, you know, waiting for you. I still really like how they all pile up. Also, I don't know if I showed you this yet. I can't remember who was in the stream when I was throwing bodies around last time. Uh-oh, what? There he is. Ah, oh god. This could be it, boys. Oh, stop blowing myself up. Not like this music is groovy, but maybe a couple extra music tracks. Be good. There's a menu track show you that before I end this. Oh, the main menu is kind of cool. It's like a little apartment. Burp. Oh no! All right. Well, I guess that's it. Here, let's go home. See, this is the menu here. I mean, designed for Vive, obviously, but works great on Rift. Medium rare. Oh, you can push everything around. Great. That's the difficulty settings: easiest pie, medium rare, and hard booze. Oh no way! I can actually drink it. Can I? Awesome. See, I told you the menu was cool. I'll stab you. You gotta try these things. No. Can I break other stuff? Guess not. Oh, what the heck? So, okay, lots of crows outside for some reason. Not sure what that's about. Oh, no way, I ate it. Oh, that's how you turn the difficulty. I get it. So if you want to start, is that how I... Right, okay. So you can toggle your difficulty right from the start. Aw. That breaking sound is really loud. But now I have to try... something. How hard is hard at the very start? I know I said I would stop, but I'm curious. I'm curious. It's also a good sign that I don't just want out of the game immediately. It's actually quite comfortable on the eyes too. The environment, surprisingly. Maybe it just like steps it up faster. Oops. Oh. Alright, I don't really notice much of a change there, to be honest. Alright, well, that's Compound, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream today. Hope you enjoyed this look at the Compound demo. Kind of gives you an idea of what to expect from this game when it hits Steam VR. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning into the Wilbur stream today. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I only had 3 lives, right? So it made it harder. Because I did feel like I died faster there. Yeah, that must be the difference. I believe it is. Because I had like, what, 5 lives before? Alright. Well, thank you, Joker, for giving me that follow there. I really appreciate it. Let's see if my viewer list will actually work. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so thank you, Joker, Assassin, Riley, Ingenuity, and Fat Man Leg. I'm pretty sure they're Fat Man Leg and Electrical Skateboard, maybe bots. Like mod bots or whatever. But that's okay, thanks for watching anyway. We're Robot Men. And yeah, Ingenuity! There you go. I'll give you one. I said it cool once for you at least. But yeah. No, dude, Joker, I can't wait for you to be in VR. You know what? It's an amazing experience, and if you want to drop me a line and play something when you get that thing, just let me know. Totally. And Assassin, I think I might drop into, not today, but I feel like I need to give Pavlov VR some more time there. So maybe we could shoot at each other or something. Could be fun. So yeah, like I said, I think that's it for this stream, guys. I don't know how much more of this game I can really show you. I think I pretty much covered it. But like I said, I'm going to throw some reruns up on my channel. Feel free to continue watching. I think I'll put Sprint Vector up first so you can see that. And thank you. What is it? CRQ Puha. Thank you for the follow, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Well, I definitely enjoyed my time here in Compound. Been really excited about seeing what the full version entails. Oh, I didn't notice this. Major new features. Trackpad, configurable controls, left hands. Initially much easier, but it gets harder every loop. Robots can be stunned. Oh. Cool. Yeah. So this game's being progressed slowly but surely. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pooh. You're kind of tuning in just the tail end of the stream here. Yeah, I do appreciate it though. I really appreciate it. And you know what? As I was saying earlier, I try to stream. I try to go live once a day. And because of my job, it might be at different times a day. But I try and announce things on Twitter and in my feed before I go live. And if you ever miss me live, once a day I kind of pop on. I add some more content to the channel, and then when I'm not online, I run reruns on the channel. So you can drop by this channel anytime, and you should see me here playing VR stuff. I may not be live at the time, but you're almost guaranteed to see some awesome VR stuff if you tune into the Wilbur stream at any given time. And in the event that I'm not running reruns, my channel will automatically host other VR streamers. So I really appreciate you dropping by, and also for the follow. We're almost to 100, guys. It's kind of a milestone for me to get 100 followers on Twitch, and we're so close. I've got that little bar just down there that's is kind of tracking our progress toward that goal, and we're so close. We're so close. So I don't know if I think we'll get there probably by hopefully the end of the week. Wishful thinking maybe, but we got a couple more tonight, so we'll see. Alright guys, I'm out. That's it for this stream. Like I said, I'm going to start some reruns for Sprint Vector, and so stay tuned.